Cape Town, South Africa's parliament descended into chaos once again after economic freedom fighters, EFF, leader Julius Malema delivered an explosive speech that reignited the country's fiercest debate, land reform. Declaring land or death, in a thunderous voice that echoed across the chamber, Malema set the stage for one of the most heated confrontations in recent parliamentary history. The outburst came during a debate on land expropriation without compensation, a policy long championed by the EFF but regarded with caution or outright opposition by many other political parties. While the ruling African National Congress, ANC, has cautiously endorsed land reform measures, Malema accused them of dragging their feet and betraying the revolution that birthed democracy in 1994. The land question is not negotiable, Malema shouted, flanked by red-clad EFF MPs banging their desks in approval. Without the land, our people will remain slaves in the land of their forefathers. We are prepared to die if that is what it takes to return the land to its rightful owners. Land or death. The declaration sent shockwaves through the House. ANC MPs jeered, DA members immediately rose on points of order, and Speaker Nosiviwe Mapisa-Nqakula called for calm as tensions boiled over. The Democratic Alliance's John Steenhuisen accused Malema of reckless incitement, warning that such rhetoric was a threat to national stability. You cannot stand here, in the People's Parliament, and declare war on democracy itself, Steenhuisen said, pointing an accusatory finger at Malema. ANC members were split in their response. While some cheered Malema's fiery defense of dispossessed black South Africans, others expressed alarm at the dangerous language that could stoke violence in rural communities. Agriculture Minister Thoko Didiza intervened, warning that land reform must be done through constitutional and legal channels and not through what she called the politics of intimidation. The session quickly degenerated into shouting matches, with EFF MPs chanting land or death in unison while opposition MPs countered with calls for disciplinary action. Security personnel were placed on high alert as tempers flared. The incident has reignited fierce national debate about the unresolved issue of land ownership in South Africa, where the majority of arable land remains in the hands of a small white minority 3 decades after apartheid ended. For many supporters of the EFF, Malema's words captured the frustration of millions who feel betrayed by the slow pace of change. Civil society groups were quick to react. The Landless People's Movement praised Malema's boldness, saying, "This is not hate speech. This is the cry of the landless. Without land, there is no dignity." Malema has given voice to those who have been ignored for too long. But organizations like AgriSA and AfriForum condemned the chant, warning that such statements could lead to violent land invasions and destabilize food security. AfriForum issued a strongly worded statement accusing the EFF of incitement to violence and economic sabotage. Speaking outside Parliament after the fiery session, Malema remained defiant. "They can call it chaos, but we call it truth. The ANC has failed our people. They have sold out to white monopoly capital. We are here to remind South Africa that freedom without land is meaningless. If we must risk our lives for justice, so be it." The crowd of EFF supporters gathered outside erupted in cheers, waving placards that read "Expropriate now" and "No land, no freedom." Analysts say the clash could have serious political consequences. With elections approaching, the ANC faces pressure from both sides, the radical left demanding faster land redistribution, and moderates warning against reckless policies that could trigger economic collapse. Malema knows exactly what he is doing, said political analyst Ralph Matheka. By invoking land or death, he is positioning the EFF as the only true champions of the poor. It's dangerous, but it's also politically strategic. The ANC risks losing credibility if they cannot deliver meaningful land reform soon. International observers also raised alarms. Financial markets reacted nervously, with the rand dipping slightly as investors express concern about renewed instability in South Africa's political landscape. Ramaphosa's government now faces a daunting challenge: how to address the land question in a way that satisfies dispossessed communities while avoiding the economic and social fallout of uncontrolled land grabs. For Malema and the EFF, the path is clear: radical redistribution, no compromise. As Parliament adjourned amid shouting and chaos, one thing was clear: the land question remains South Africa's ticking time bomb. Malema's land or death declaration has not only reignited old wounds but also reminded the country that the struggle for land and what it symbolizes is far from over.